So, folks, there is a man named Shadiversity, and he has a spin-off channel called Night's Watch. And well, his channel's been going through some changes, you know? And he became known not just as a medieval swordsman YouTuber, but as a profound critic of the pop culture from a conservative perspective. And he also became known as an artiste, you know, someone who could really wield a pen or a brush in equal measure, or a true Renaissance man, if I dare say. And then he entered the information age and began using AI to create his art. And now it seems that he has reached a point where, after creating tutorials on how to make AI art and talking about the virtues of using AI art and how to get your prompts just right to make your wife look like a teenager, well, now he's run into a little bit of a problem, and he's made a video about it, and I can't wait to dig into it with you folks. It's titled, "This is Why AI Slop is Flooding YouTube." There's an exclamation point, so you know that he's emphatic about it.
$395
million views.
What?
That's an insane amount of views.
I mean, that can only happen if YouTube is pushing that thing to nuclear levels. That's the result of the algorithm. People probably don't understand how much viewership is not determined by quality or the amount that people actually want to watch it, but how much YouTube is willing to promote and push a video, how many impressions it gives. All right. And I've been seeing this directly with my Shadiversity content. Okay. The click-through rate and conversion between how many views I get versus how many recommendations is the same it's been on the channel for years. All right. And so people are showing just as much interest and enjoyment in the content, but views are falling off a cliff. And you go to the analytics. Why? It's directly correlated. Directly with impressions. Impressions are the lowest they have ever been on the channel. YouTube has basically decided to kill off long form sword content, and it's been hitting all creators of long sword form content across the board. Okay.
Can I just say that it is somewhat funny to me that he's like, there's a conspiracy against long form sword content. And I gotta be completely honest with you, I don't think there is anyone working at YouTube that has it in for long form sword content. I don't think there's anyone just sitting in their office going, "Oh, that long form sword content. It's getting too popular. We have to do something about it. Tank it in the algorithm." Long form, long sword? You can't convince me he has a long form sword.
Okay. My YouTube rep. I have a YouTube rep, right? He literally said to me, subscribership is a vanity metric now. It means nothing. You do not get and I have over 1 million subscribers on Shadiversity. That's how I was able to pull in 100 to 150,000 views per video, because YouTube was recommending my content to my subscribers. And that is how niche content was able to thrive, because sword content is niche content. It's never going to be able to compete or be more popular than Mr. Beast content. It's a niche content, smaller audience. Okay. So a smaller group of people being out interested in it. But the fewer people that were interested in that content, they would still get the content because they were able to say, YouTube, recommend me this content when they subscribe. That's what subscribing meant. Subscribing, and especially bell notification, was telling YouTube, I want to see that content, recommend it to me more. YouTube has now said, screw you. We're going to only recommend you the content we want you to watch. And this has been confirmed by YouTube insiders. I actually give...
his idea that like YouTube has it out for his channel when it's I guarantee you, like, okay, let's just pause right here, okay? There is a real problem with AI generated content on literally every platform now. I've heard AI content be described as essentially a brute force hacking attack on the algorithms of the internet, right? Because essentially what it's trying to do is extract monetary value, right? By just throwing as much shit as possible at every single site that like compensates, right? So if you can generate 10,000 short form videos, market them to children and upload them to YouTube, like that can make you a lot of money. You know, that has the potential to make you a decent chunk of change. And that in turn could lead to like a lot of problems when it comes to discoverability or when it comes to like what's going on and how the algorithm parses through all of that nonsense, right? That being said, I don't think it is exactly the same as what he is describing here, because as Blueberry Bumblebee points out in Twitch chat, you can still go to your subscriptions and scroll for the recent videos. The algorithm still prioritizes what you're subscribed to, what notifications you have on, what you've liked on YouTube, etc. Like, it takes all of that into account. So I'm not sure exactly what he's on about here.
Multiple clips of multiple people pointing this out in my video, Sword Content is Dead. It's the one I do on Shadiversity. And I show multiple insiders saying, yeah, subscribership means nothing.
So I don't know if you've noticed, but...
No, his YouTube channel is called Shadiversity. Catabingo.
YouTube has made some changes.
Something within YouTube itself has changed. The algorithm has changed. Something has changed, and it's... whatever it is, it's not helping.
Here's kind of what's going on. The social platforms, all of the social platforms, they are deprioritizing content.
Something strange is happening on YouTube. They just made a big update on their algorithm, and I've never seen anything like this in my 10 years on YouTube.
Social media and YouTube is rapidly changing.
I think the unintended consequence will be they are probably going to kill YouTubers the way we know them today.
The kind of video and topic that used to get at least 100,000 views, if more, now tends to be stuck at 20, 30, 40, something like that.
These numbers now, followers, subscribers.
And that's why it's very important to like, comment, and subscribe on my videos so that I can avoid this dastardly fate. Do the thing. Help out the channel. Let's go.
Size of network are useless.
You know, that it used to be way higher and now keeps going down and down and down and down and down. You know, makes you feel like you're doing something wrong. It makes you feel like no matter what you do, no matter what improvements you try to make.
Basically, what you're saying is that we are seeing more content from strangers than we are from the channels we're subscribed to.
They are deprioritizing content from the friends.
The music set behind this, it's like we're at the end of all things. You know, Thanos has snapped. It's all over.
For example, if it's a social network, they're deprioritizing it from businesses, and they're also deprioritizing it from subscribers. And everybody on YouTube that has worked really hard to grow a big subscriber base can understand this. And Sean, you know this really well, right? You've got like 1 million+ subscribers on one of your channels, and you and I both know that they do not see ever all of the content, despite all this work and all these years of work that you put in.
YouTube is now determining recommendations based on the larger amount of popularity. And so it only pushes popular content, and that has been killing off niche content, not just long-form sword YouTubers, a lot of them, right? And
unlike me, a mainstream YouTuber who's going to be bigger than Hassan. Let's go. We need 8 more subscribers on YouTube and we'll hit 13K, okay? Another milestone on the way to our ascendance, okay? Let's go. There are like several hundred people watching right now. Go hit that like button. Go hit that subscribe button. Do the things.
And so views, I can confirm, are 100% driven near directly by YouTube based on how many impressions it's willing to give certain content. And so this video here, the only way it could possibly have reached nearly 400 million views is if YouTube is pushing it like a banshee.
Well, I'm also going to point out one thing, and that is that this includes videos made for kids. And video content that is made for kids is fewer and farther between than YouTube content made for adults, right? So content made for children is more advertiser friendly. It's more lucrative for YouTube. And also, like if you have it like crap out AI garbage, children aren't as discerning as adults when it comes to AI garbage. So it's going to get replayed a lot. Like lovely baby met a plane crash, poor pug, having almost 400 million views. Like that's because it's able to be targeted at children, you know? And I'm assuming washing your face is easy and fun is probably also for children. So I'm just throwing this out there that also it's a lot easier to replay and rack up views on a short.
The river sword is long and formed, yet gentle and refined.
Also, I do have a sword. It's in my bedroom next to my bed.
Why is the algorithm pushing this so insanely much? People watch it. This is going to be a question that's going to be hanging in the air. I don't necessarily know why the algorithm decided to push that content like to nuclear level.
Can we see it? Yeah, sure. The scabbard needs and the grip needs some polishing, but anyway, this is a rapier and I like it a lot. Here, I'll make a big screen. Yeah. Thank you. Cool sword. Thank you. All right, back to this, guys.
Okay. But after people click on it, they have the choice to stay and finish the view, or get a long enough amount of seconds for it to be counted as a view. And by the way, I'm glad someone brought up this, because one of the other proofs in the pudding about YouTube being the algorithm being the thing that is more largely determining what content gets huge views on the platform versus the quality of the content. Do you remember?
Yo, there was a Viking sword I saw at the Ren Fair with a bone handle, and I'm sad I didn't just buy it. Oof. That sounds so cool. One of the coolest parts about minoring in like medieval military history for me, and this is just a short tangent. I got to hold like a sword that was I want to say 1200 years old. Like it was really, really cool. Like I got to hold like the hilt of like a Viking sword. Super cool.
Remember the fidget spinner phase?
Oh yeah, that was
it freakishly light? Yeah, swords are always a lot like I don't know. Swords are lighter than one would think, you know, in general.
Big for
that was,
but they have to be light so that you can use them in combat, you know.
Wild. Something in the algorithm triggered the algorithm to push fidget spinner videos. They flooded the platform for a period there.
Yeah, because children watched them. Like the element you're missing here, Shad, is that children watch YouTube videos.
Because of, I don't know, some weird feedback loop or something like that, that if you just started making fidget spinner content, it would get crazy views. And this is proof in the pudding that these videos sucked, by the way. But when people don't get given any other options, and that's, oh, I see this as 1 million views. Do you know something that attracts people to watch a video? Is if it has 1 million.
Well, it also depends on the sword. Some swords are heavy, some swords aren't. The sword I picked up was pretty light. Only like a couple pounds, maybe.
crazy views because they're wondering what's special about this video. Yeah, what's so good about it? Everyone's watching it. There must be something in it. And I actually legitimately think that can create a feedback loop of getting people to watch it and more, just to find out what the hell is this weird piece of crap. And then they stick around because they're confused. I mean, when does it get good? Why so many views? And that might actually legitimately do it. But yeah, fidget spinners is a perfect example of the algorithm deciding that a content is going to be popular and pushing it and artificially making it got crazy views when the videos still sucked. Another point of reference about views is directly driven by just the arbitrary decision of the algorithm to determine how many impressions it will get. I had a video recently that got over 800,000 views.
I do have to say, the Country Bumpkin anime that is in this thumbnail is unfortunately relatively, not great. But the cool thing about it is that it uses actual sword moves. The cool part about this anime is that the sword moves are pretty legit. You can tell the animation team actually gave a shit about that, but the rest of the elements of the anime are not great. It's not bad. It's just I'm going to remember it because it has cool accurate sword animation, but I'm not going to remember it because the stories, the story just that it's not bad, but it's also not good. It looks like something I would never watch. That's fine.
That's great.
That's really good.
But my question is, this video is no different to the other content that I make on Shadiversity, right? There's nothing special about this video, but it's reviewing an anime. And
the special thing about this video would be that you talked about a relatively new anime that people were really, really interested at the time, and you were also pretty vague in your title, so people were like, "Whoa, what is it?"
And I've done that. I've done that heaps. Done it recently, and views have been so crushed on my channel so much recently that it was really. Why did this one? The click-through rate isn't anything special. The conversion. What happened is YouTube decided to feed it a crazy amount of recommendations and pushed it to over 800,000 views. It could do that with any one of my videos and push it to crazy views. It's just arbitrary.
Yeah, it could do that with any video. It's an algorithm. The algorithm decides which videos to push. There's not one person at YouTube choosing your video.
Surely this time it's we'll give you a bone. We'll give you some more impressions this time. I have other videos way better than that one. I have other videos that are very similar to that one with content that the people who watch the video would be really interested in seeing the other one. But
yo, dog, same. If you're interested in this video, that you should watch all of my videos. Go back and watch the thousands of videos I've made. Go watch all of them. They're very good.
Which one was it? Which anime was it?
I reviewed the combat validity in an anime called From Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman.
It's not even a common one. I thought something with sword.
It's not even a big anime, dude.
Yeah, I thought I was thinking okay, maybe Free Rin, or if you did Apothecary Diary or something like that. That makes sense. But I didn't even heard of that one.
yeah. Dude, I did a Free Rin video and it got totally just crushed, bombed.
Yeah, probably because a bunch of people made Free Rin videos. Not a bunch of people are making videos about this anime. It's new. Not a lot of people know about it. Looks interesting.
Bombed completely. And Free Rin is a way more popular anime than Country Bumpkin. There's just no consistency and no control. It's just if the algorithm is willing to promote it. And
I need to watch Apothecary Diaries. I really like Free Rin, but I haven't watched Apothecary Diaries.
A lot of types of content, it's saying, nah, you can die. Screw you. That's the reality where things are at. And for AI, this type of content, for some reason.
Oh God, I just realized his desktop is the background he made for his godforsaken short film that we looked at a while back with his AI generated slop castle on top of the mountain. He literally he generated the AI castle. God, and he's complaining about AI slop. All right.
For AI, this type of content, Well, for some reason, yeah, it has been getting pushed quite a lot.
Experts have weighed in, predicting that by 2026, 90% of all internet content will be AI generated. I think we're speedrunning this timeline. I think we'll see 90% reached by the end of this fucking.
Now, I am not.
Hey, you know what? Sweet. My content will stand out so much against the sea of AI slop. Cool.
Not necessarily opposed to that if it's good.
Fuck, man. Oh, man. Can you imagine that? Shadiversity. Come on. I'm not opposed to AI slop if it's good slop is like a hell of a take. That's crazy. What if Shad would let the vampires in? What if the vampires are nice though? What if they give me a castle?
Okay. Like I do not have a bias against AI made content for the sake of its AI. I judge it based on the quality of the content.
Yeah, and all of it is shit. Literally all of the content AI puts out is shit.
If it is good, I'm perfectly happy for us to be flooded with high quality AI images, works, videos, everything. I think more great, good quality artwork.
This take is so bad. Like, as a content creator, how can you even conscience that type of a take? Oh, like, even if AI was like put out perfect stuff, it would still be inferior to human-made stuff because human-made stuff is made to communicate ideas and thoughts, feelings, and it is a fundamentally human endeavor. And when you take that out and have a machine shit it out in 2 seconds, it does no communicating. That's one of the main problems with AI. AI does not communicate to us. It is not like a conversation. It is a statistical analysis of what you are prompting and trying to give you something that you statistically will accept as an answer to that input, to that prompt.
Videos, whatever, is better for the human race. Give us an amount of great art, right? But
it's not art if it's made by an AI algorithm, man.
If there is a deluge of crap content which drowns out your ability to find good content, that's a bit of an issue. And you know why it's an actual bit of an issue? See, once upon a time, once upon a time, we used to have this remarkable tool. I think it was a great tool, actually, where you were able to curate the type of content you wanted to be recommended. How did we used to do that, LitDev?
Like a subscriber thing? Like if
wow!
I like this channel, so I'm going to subscribe to it?
You mean we could actually, once upon a time, subscribe to a channel and curate the recommendations, and we could tell YouTube, this is the content that we... Wow!
Hey, I'm gonna do something really quick. I'm gonna do something real quick. All right. So if I go over to my YouTube channel, my YouTube, hey, look at that. Look at that. You could look at a bunch of different channels you subscribe to, and yes, I still subscribe to the Young Turks, okay? Because I want to keep tabs on what they're up to. But like, look at that, the Jazz Dog uploaded a meme. Look at that. That's cool. Wowee! Look at all that content. Of all the stuff I have ever subscribed to, that's so cool. It's almost like there's a goddamn button on the side of the screen you can press that will do exactly what he's complaining about.
What a novel idea!
That's amazing.
Someone send this to YouTube.
Someone should invent that, LitDev. Holy crap! Because guess what? I've been wondering what could actually solve the problem, and ironically, this could friggin' solve the problem, you retards! But YouTube have taken that away. Subscriptions mean nothing now. And
yeah, it's not like there's a gigantic button on the side of the screen that people can press that will bring them to all of the things that they've subscribed to. It's not like you just didn't bother looking at YouTube for like 5 seconds and clicking the subscriptions button. Like, come on, man.
Then we get recommended absolute crap.
Also, bring
Holy-
that down. Bring back the thumbs down button.
Oh my
Gotta
god!
bring
Yes,
that back.
bring back the friggin' down, thumbs down button. And oh, look at this. I remember searching for things. Yeah, do you remember when YouTube search actually gave you results that you were looking for? Like, YouTube search at the moment is ass. It is so crap. Oh, man. This is pissing me off, dude, because the answer is actually far more simple than I was thinking. All YouTube needs to do is allow people to curate their recommendations. That's all. Now, people might say, oh, you can use the subscribe tab. Why don't people use the subscribe tab? Because people do want to discover new content. People still want to discover new content.
Yeah, you have the subscribe tab, though. If you want to not discover new content and see the stuff you've subscribed to, there's a button for that. So you're complaining that you don't want to use the subscription button in order to see your subscription. I'm very confused, man. Like, damn, you went off on a rant and you're like, well, there is a subscription button though. And like, okay, if you want to see your subscriptions, click that button. Otherwise, there's a bunch of recommendations for you.
But new content should actually be based on, like, not what YouTube is forcing in front of your face, where you watch a random video and then all your recommendations is just copies of that random video from random things on the internet. But if it actually pays attention to who you're subscribed to and stuff like that, it could curate content like that, because it's just not recommending content from people you're subscribed to now. Like, people can't even discover new videos from content creators they know, let alone new videos from new content creators that are making similar content. Like the YouTube recommend.
Well, I mean, if you went to your subscription tab, you'd be able to discover new videos from content creators you know. I'm just throwing that out there as an idea, as a possibility.
Recommendation is stuffed, but most people will, for some reason, they'll only use the homepage because it is kind of fun to discover new content. But as a result, the people you're subscribed to just get.
God damn it, man. You have the solution. This seems like a you problem.
Completely forgotten. That is the result.
My God, what a gigantic man baby. This problem has a solution. Like, why are you complaining about it? God damn. Logan Hill, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships over on YouTube. Greening up the joint. Let's get some green names over on YouTube. Let's go. Likewise, the majority of my home screen tends to be subs. Yeah, same here. Like, I genuinely don't know what he's complaining about.
Riverboat Jack is coming to town. All the viewers gather around. Twitch and YouTube is where she streams. All that content is bursting the seams. Politics, gaming, plenty more. Your sense of fashion, you'll adore. So grab your stuff and hop aboard. We're going straight to Jack's Discord. Riverboat Jack.